Well, good afternoon to you. It's Alex Woods here, posting a video from the illustrious surroundings of the Mercure Hotel in Lublin, Poland. And I'm here with my capable assistant, Solomia Popovich, to attend a conference here about food, the food industry, in fact, about exporting, manufacturing, exporting food and other products to the United Kingdom from Poland. But that's not why you tuned into this video, to learn about the food industry. The reason that you've tuned into this video, I hope, is because you're probably a Polish woman, you could be a Polish man, and you have read a little bit about me and seen the website, and you have a problem. And your problem, essentially, is you have an interest in a property in the United Kingdom, you think. Perhaps you met a man in the United Kingdom, you moved into a property together, and together you bought that property, and now the relationship, unfortunately, has come to an end, and you're wondering whether you can do anything about your rights in that property. Can you actually get any money out of your ex-partner and in respect to that property? Now, the way we're going to conduct things this afternoon is just to give you a short 10-minute video and a whistle-stop tour around the 5 key questions. 5 key questions. And Solia is going to ask me, we've just actually scribbled these questions down now quite quickly and tried to put ourselves in the shoes of someone such as you, so we can give you the right answers to the questions that you might ask. And the first question is...
Who are you?
Yeah, okay, the first question is, who am I? Well, you know, who am I that you would put your trust in me and some money? We do look for a small upfront fee just to look into your case to make sure it is a strong case. Not every case is strong, and that fee could be 100 zloty. It could be more, it depends on the case, but we try and keep it a small amount of money just to do an initial investigation into your case and, you know, talk to you, take instructions and so on and so forth. We are a litigation law firm in London specialising in this area. So we are real specialists in this area. I have a very good success rate. I've won over 80% of my cases, not just cohabitation, property dispute work, but also other areas of law. I only take on good cases. That's the simple secret to success, is only take on good clients who've got strong cases. Read the website to learn more about who we are. So that, I think, satisfies the answer, is hopefully a good enough answer for question 1. Question 2.
Alex, how much is it going to cost?
How much is it going to cost is the second question. Well, I've told you that it costs a little bit of money up front. And then the way it works is we take a percentage of the property. So let's say you have bought property together with your partner whilst you were living in the United Kingdom for, let's say it's £100,000. It might now be worth £200,000. Keep it simple. You borrowed the money from a bank to buy it, a mortgage. So you've actually got 100, there's 200,000 and there's 100,000, that's the equity in the property. We would look to take a percentage of that equity, anywhere from between 10, 15 to 25%, depending upon how risky we consider your case to be. So you could lose to us, as it were, as much as 25% of that £100,000, and that's to pay us for the risk of taking on your case basically for free. So that's the cost. We also may get money from another. If we win your case, of course, if you lose your case, you don't pay us anything. This is a no-win, no-fee arrangement. You would lose that 100 zloty, but you wouldn't pay us anything if you lost your case. So what's the third question?
And how long will it take?
How long will it take? I've got a couple of cases that are going to the courts. Well, one that's going through the courts, one that's early days. The question you have to ask yourself is, I feel like a cheesy television commercial, but, you know, pointing the finger like that. But the question that you do have to ask yourself is, do you think your partner is going to fight? Do you think he's a stubborn character? Or do you think he will be reasonable? It's as simple as that, really. If you think he's going to fight, he doesn't want to give you any part of the property, and that's the case in one of these two cases I've just mentioned, then it could take up to 18 months before you saw any money, because we would have to go through the courts, potentially even go to trial. It's very unlikely we would go to trial. Most cases do not go to trial. So don't be too worried about having to come from Poland to visit the United Kingdom to attend court. But you have to be ready for the worst, so it could take 18 months and it could be a trial. The short end, and this is the case of what's happening in this other case I have. I think he's going to settle quite quickly, and I anticipate in this case that my client, the lady in this case, will probably see her money within 3 to 6 months, give or take. So that's the answer to that question.
Alex Wood, tell us please, why is the English law different from Polish?
Yes, this is absolutely critical. I've been in Poland now for probably 4 months of this year, 2015, and what I've discovered is there's a different culture here. People are a little bit more suspicious of lawyers, perhaps rightly so. They're not so used to the legal system. We have a good system in the United Kingdom, I believe. We have a good, proper Mercedes-Benz legal system that's, that often, not always, but will often get a good result for the client. Now, we also have a different law in this area. So over here, people kind of can't get their head round why the law would let them have a share of a property in the United Kingdom if, for example, their names were not on the title deeds. They're not registered, their names weren't registered on the property. Over here, in Poland, where you have a notary system, it's absolutely critical that your name is on the register. But over in the United Kingdom, it's not critical. And providing that you have made contributions, it doesn't just have to be financial, but you've made contributions that have helped that property to be purchased, perhaps you were on a big salary. Even if your partner was paying for the mortgage out of his bank account, you were, helping him to pay that mortgage because you were paying for other things in the household. So it's a different law, and it's a different over here. If you're married and you get divorced, you're entitled to a share. If you're not married, you're entitled to nothing. In the United Kingdom, if you're not married, you may well, depends, not in every case, but you may well be entitled to, a share. It could be as much as 50% of that property, which is a lot, could be a lot of money, because a lot of houses in the United Kingdom there's a lot of equity in property in the United Kingdom. So that's the answer to that question. What's the next one, Solia? So we think we've exhausted all the questions. I guess it remains to say that if you do have any further questions or comments, then I think the best way of dealing with them is to email info@redwoodlegal.co.uk, info@redwoodlegal.co.uk, and I think perhaps the final question you might ask is, how easy is this process? How easy it is to get in touch with you? Will I have to deal with a lot of secretaries? Is it really complicated? Well, no, there aren't many of these cases around, and they tend to be sufficiently large in scale that we dedicate time and resource and experienced lawyers to each and every case. So I think, do email us on info@redwoodlegal.co.uk or visit the website. And there are other videos on this area of law on our website, www.redwoodlegal.co.uk, on specialist subjects within this overall area of property disputes. Thank you very much for listening this afternoon. And from me and from my able assistant, you're going to want to put yourself in front of the camera for 2 seconds. She doesn't mind, she's a bit shy. Thanks, Solia. Goodbye, and look forward to posting to you next time. Bye for now.